The power of women. And we're going to talk about it when we get back. I'm CLM II for Style with Power, the channel that helps empower men through style. Okay. Well, happy Monday, and we hope everyone out there had a great weekend. And if you're into videos that talks about style, that talks about fashion, that talks about empowerment, and that talks about mindset, well, this is the channel for you. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you'll know every time we upload a video. And if you're watching this on Facebook, hit the like button. It'll really help us out. The power of women. Well, this past week we've had two incidences that involve women, and both women are great women. One is now an icon, the notorious Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Unfortunately, she just passed away after battling pancreatic cancer for 10 years. But she is definitely an icon. She is definitely a hero to all women out there and a hero to all people out there. And then the other incident that we're going to talk about is another white male gets fired for downgrading a woman, but not just any woman, an African-American woman who's doing great work. Her name is Maria Taylor, and we're going to talk about her story. But first, let's talk about the notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Outstanding individual. She's been fighting for women's rights ever since she graduated from college as a law student. And this woman graduated at the top of her class, and guess what? No law firm recruited her. Yes, let me say it again. No law firm recruited her when she graduated at the top of her class from one of the greatest schools ever, an Ivy League school, Harvard Law, and no one recruited her. So she went into public service, became a public defender, and she is one of the great women who has been fighting for women's rights for her whole career. And she ended up being nominated to the Supreme Court. And of course, she has been on the Supreme Court for the past 25 years and has been fighting the good fight for many, many decades. So we've lost a great one. And I guarantee you her name will go down in history because young women are starting to discover her. And she was just a great one. She's just done so many great things. They made movies about her. They've written books about her. So definitely, if you haven't learned the story of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I advise you to go out there and do your research. And down in the link, of course, I have an article about the notorious Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or the notorious RBG, and you can learn a little bit about her life. And I advise all people out there who have women, young females, daughters, nieces, have them study the life and times of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They will not be disappointed. She is definitely an icon. We have lost a great one. So our second story, and the second person that we're going to highlight, is a Monday Night Football sideline reporter by the name of Maria Taylor. Maria Taylor also is working the NBA playoffs, and you can see her on ESPN as she is the analyst for the NBA, and now she's a sideline reporter for Monday Night Football. So this knucklehead named Dan McNeil, I believe is his name, radio host in Chicago for many, many years, made an inappropriate comment about the dress of Maria Taylor, saying it was more appropriate for a porn channel. So why is it that white men figure that they can always degrade women, and especially our sisters, our black women? The black woman has been getting it from this country for years, for decades, for forever. They are treated so badly, and it's up to us as black males to protect our black women. And I was so happy to learn that not only did we protect her, but the world protected her, and the employer of this radio host fired him without any hesitation. So kudos to them for understanding that this misogynistic male had to go. He's been around for a long time, and he's been spewing his hatred and his misogynistic ideas for years on the radio, and finally they got rid of this guy. Maria Taylor, outstanding young lady. She is, from the picture that we have here, gorgeous young lady. And why is it that pretty people always have to be degraded? It's a shame that women have to go through this. And it's so strange to me that this country elected a president who is as misogynistic as any white male I've ever seen. I mean, this guy was so disrespectful to women, and they caught him, degrading women in a secret tape. He was degrading women. You've seen in the election in 2016 how he just was stalking over Hillary Clinton in the debates, which made her very, very uncomfortable. You can hear how he degrades the women who work for government, how he talks badly about them, how he degrades women who run for office, how he has degraded women overseas. But this man was elected to office. And many people think that it was because that blacks and Latinos didn't vote enough for the reason why Donald Trump got into office. But when you look at the statistics, guess who voted for him? White women. White women voted for Donald Trump overwhelmingly. They voted for a man who treats them badly over one of their own, Hillary Clinton, a white woman. So it's strange to me that they would rather have a man who treats women badly over a woman who's one of their own. And it's just strange how the psyche of white women will constantly accept the leadership of a white male over anyone else. And white women and women in general are great leaders. This country is the only country who is behind when it comes down to electing women in power. We have never ever had a woman as president in this country. We just had a black male who was president of this country. Everyone else, white males. So for some reason, the white female seems to think that the white male is the leader, are leaders, and are the only ones that they will vote for. Well, we're hoping that in this election that comes up here, that even though we have two white males that's going for office, that they elect the white male who has chosen a female as his vice president candidate over the white male who has another white male as his vice president. I mean, listen, it's time to wake up. There's a word out there that young people use all the time called, it's time to get woke. It's time to wake up. You have to understand that having these white males, treating females so badly, whether they're white, black, Latina, or any other culture, white males treat women badly, and it's up to other white males to root out the bad ones, and it's up to white females to root out the bad ones. And let's get someone in office who is going to respect the hard work of women in general, white women, black women, Latino women, and all other Asian women, all other cultures. Kudos to you, Maria Taylor, for being a strong black woman. And if you want to read the story about how Maria Taylor was degraded by this white man who was fired from his job, of course, I have that story in the description. There's a link to the story in the description, so definitely go down and check out that story. You will definitely be disgusted by what this guy said about Maria Taylor. But we are behind her 100%, and kudos to you, Maria Taylor. You're doing a fantastic job. Well, that's our show for this segment, and I will see you next week.